If you're a complete newbie to eyelash extensions, then this video is for you. Plus, I'm gonna tell you what aftercare instructions are all wrong in 2021, plus what volume lashes you should get so that you don't have to lay there for 3 to 4 hours just to get volume lashes. So if you watch to the very end, you'll have the complete picture of what eyelash extensions are all about, plus you'll be super informed and excited to finally get them. Hey friends, I'm Elisa Filona, a nurse turned lash artist and educator. And I've been lashing for about 4 years now and training for 2. And the reason why I wanted to make this video was because I truly feel that eyelash extensions are super transformative. It's nothing like those invasive procedures where you have to get like surgery, Botox, fillers, things to like really change your appearance. I think with eyelash extensions, it's just a really instant and easy way to enhance your look. And I feel like all women should really just try it out at least once, because for me personally, it has changed my life dramatically. It's boosted my confidence so much that I had the kahunas to leave my nursing job and become a lash artist full-time. And you may not want to do something so dramatic as that, but even if you're looking for some sort of change and you want to enhance your look and feel beautiful on the in and outside, then I definitely would recommend eyelash extensions. So in this video, we're going to cover quite a bit, and these are the topics we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the benefits, how getting eyelash extensions work, contraindications, types of eyelash extensions that you can get, cost, how to choose a good lash artist, how to get the most out of your appointment, what to expect during the appointment, aftercare instructions, what to expect after your appointment, and finally, when to call your lash artist if something doesn't go right. So let's just quickly go over the benefits. The first one is that you can wear eyelash extensions anywhere. And what I mean by that is that you can wake up in them, you can sleep in them, you can take them traveling, wherever you go. If it's you're going on vacation in Mexico and you need to go swimming, it will stay on your face basically. The second benefit to eyelash extensions is that they don't budge. So this is really good if you're somebody who is active, you sweat a lot maybe, you're worried about wearing mascara and traditionally it has streaked down on your face and you're always worried if you're getting those raccoon eyes, then eyelash extensions are for you. The third benefit is that they help you save time getting ready. So if you're a busy person, like maybe you're a mom or you are working more than 40 hours a week, or maybe you just want to not take so much time getting ready in the morning, then definitely eyelash extensions can help you cut down on that time because you don't need all the things. And that brings me to the next benefit, which is it can help you ditch your makeup. So you don't need your eyelash curler, your eyeshadow, your liner, your mascara, because what it essentially does is that it enhances your eyes so much that it looks like you're wearing all of those things without actually having to wear them. So I would say that those are the 4 main benefits, and that's why so many women, once they discover eyelash extensions, like they get hooked because it does all those things. Next, let's talk about how they actually work. So your lash artist is essentially applying an eyelash extension or a synthetic fiber and attaching it onto the base of your natural lash. So it's not touching your skin, and they're using 2 tweezers to do this. Now I know you're probably like, well, those 2 tweezers, they're probably really sharp, it's gonna hurt. And I just wanna tell you that it will not hurt, or it should not, because when you go to a professional lash artist, they would not poke you with the tweezers. You're not gonna have any pain at all. So when we attach an eyelash extension onto your natural lash, even without eyelash extensions, your natural lashes are constantly shedding and growing and renewing itself because it's on a growth cycle, just like your hair. It falls out and then it grows back again. So basically with your natural lashes, the life cycle is about 2 to 3 months. So it renews every 2 to 3 months. And what that means is that you can expect to lose about 20 to 30% of your natural lashes in about 2 weeks time. And if we're thinking about it in terms of every day, you're losing about 1 to 5 of your natural lashes every day. But you probably don't notice this. And when you are wearing eyelash extensions, you'll definitely notice it more because there is an eyelash extension on it that's making it more visible. So because of that, you're gonna need to maintain the fullness of your eyelash extensions if you want to continuously wear them. And that's why you need to come in for maintenance refills, or sometimes some people call them fills or infills, I think depending on where you live. You would come between 2 to 4 weeks to get them refilled. But that doesn't mean you have to get them maintained. If you are the type of person that just wants to get them for special occasions, you can definitely do that. You would just have them removed professionally instead of just naturally letting them fall out, because what ends up happening is that your lashes are going to be looking really straggly and weird because you'll have like maybe 5 or 10 on each eye, and you'll probably want to remove them yourself by plucking them out, but don't do that. Just get them removed professionally. So I know you're probably asking, will eyelash extensions ruin my natural lashes? And the answer is no, but only if applied properly. So that means it's not attached to your skin, and the weights selected by your lash artist are safe for your natural lashes. And later in this video, I'll talk a little bit more about how you know if your eyelash extensions are applied improperly. So with eyelash extensions, not everyone is suitable for them. So I just want to list off the contraindications so that you know upfront whether or not they are suitable for you. So if you have alopecia, glaucoma, diabetic retinopathy, conjunctivitis, recent eye surgery or injury, dry eye syndrome, or if you've had a lash lift within the last 9 weeks, then you cannot get eyelash extensions. Now I'm going to list some factors that you may have that not necessarily are contraindications, but they can affect your retention. Typically, that's about 2 weeks before you need a refill. So if you have things like hormone replacement therapy, if you're pregnant, if you tan regularly, if you get facials, if you have hay fever, excessively oily skin, or you're just somebody who works out, sweats, or is very active, then these things can affect your retention. Next, let's talk about the 4 different types of eyelash extensions that you can get. The first type is classic, and this is the most natural of all the types that you can get, but basically it's applying one eyelash extension to one of your natural lashes. Next would be a hybrid, which is a mixture of classic and volume. I'll tell you what volume is in a second. Because it's a mixture, it's a little bit more dramatic than the classic sets, and it's usually really good for strip lash looks, so something that's not too full but it's very wispy. And volume lashes is the technique of applying multiple finer eyelash extensions to one of your natural lashes, and here it can vary from being very light volume, so very natural still, to getting something that's very dramatic. And then the next one would be mega volume, and this is where we're applying multiple, and I mean like 8 or more finer extensions onto your natural lash. And obviously this is going to give you the super dramatic lash looks. So if you're somebody who is just starting out with eyelash extensions, I would always recommend going with a classic lash set first and then building your way up. And to be honest, you probably will want to upgrade over time because you kind of just get used to the look and you just end up wanting more and more and more. Don't worry, at your appointment, it's super easy to either upgrade or downgrade. And I just mean like going up and down the levels, not really an upgrade or downgrade, but you will pay more if you are going for a more dramatic set. So in terms of length of time, classic is the shortest amount. Usually for a full set, it's about 2 hours. For hybrids, it's about 2.5 to 3 hours. For volume, you can expect to lay there for about 3 to 4 hours. And for mega volume, it's the same, 3 to 4 hours. But what's new in 2021 is something really cool that a lot of lash artists are gonna be starting to use a lot more because they are getting better and better in quality. And that is the pre-made fans. So essentially this is a volume eyelash extension that is pre-made. Back then, we would have to hand make each one, and it was very time consuming. So you would have to lay there for 3+ hours sometimes. But with the pre-mades, we can apply it like a classic lash extension, and this can dramatically cut down on the time that you have to lay still. So with the pre-mades, you can get the volume look and in the amount of time that it takes for a classic set, but you can still expect to pay the same amount as you would for a volume set because these trays, they're not cheap. The other thing with pre-mades is that they don't last as long as handmade volume fans because the lash artist isn't able to wrap the volume fan around your natural lash, which gives it that really strong bond. So it does last usually between 2 to 3 weeks, the same as a classic set, versus lasting a little bit longer, probably a week longer as you would get with the handmade volume fans. But enough about that, let's talk about other things that you can choose when getting your eyelash extensions: the length, the curl, and the shape that you can get. So when it comes to length and curl, I like to categorize everything from natural, medium to dramatic. So with length, you should go for a maximum 11 millimeters if you want to maintain that natural look. Medium would be about 12 millimeters, and something that is more dramatic or more long would be 13 to 14 millimeters. But just remember, this all depends on what your natural lashes are like and if it can handle those types of lengths. So for curls, there are a lot of different curls, and there's specialty curls that have come out, but I'm just going to tell you the most 3 basic ones. So the first one would be C curl, which is the most natural, then CC curl, which is a more medium curl, and then D curl would be the more dramatic curl. So for eyelash extensions, you can have different types of shapes, but what I would recommend is that you let the lash artist pick according to your own eye shape. So one of the styles or shapes that you can get is natural, and this just follows the natural curvature of your natural lash line. This would also be really good for somebody who has deep set eyes. Now, if you are someone who has wide eyes or small eyes, then you would probably want to go for a open eye or a round eye lash style or shape. Same if you have hooded eyes. Now, if you're somebody who has close set eyes or you have large round eyes, then you would want to go for something that's like a cat eye style, which is going to bring your eyes outwards like this way. But again, you should leave it up to the professionals if you don't really know what shape to get. Now let's talk about costs. So this is going to vary depending on the experience of your lash artist and which type of eyelash extensions that you get. So the price ranges from about $100 to $350 Canadian or USD. And again, that price range varies so much depending on whether you get classic, hybrid, or volume. For refills, because it's usually half the set that you're getting because you already have some eyelash extensions on your eyes, you can expect to pay about half the price of your full price sets. And the cost of eyelash extensions is going to vary also depending on where you live. Now let's talk about how to choose a good lash artist. This is so important because you don't want to go to somebody who will put you at risk or doesn't know really what they're doing. I mean, if they're starting out, okay, I get that, but their prices should reflect that. So if you're in the States, you probably want to find a lash artist who has the correct credentials. Now, some states, it's very unclear what the rules and regulations are when it comes to being a certified lash artist, but usually you have to have some sort of license. So either they're a licensed cosmetologist, maybe they even have a medical license, they're a barber, or like an esthetician. In Canada, however, it's a little bit different. The rules and regulations are a lot more relaxed, and there is no such prerequisite as that. They just need to take really a course and become certified. So just be wary if you are in Canada. Now, something that I would recommend is that because lash training is very short, it's only 1 to 2 days, and in all honesty, that's not enough to really walk away with knowing how to do eyelash extensions. So I would find a lash artist who was trained with a reputable company or reputable lash artist, and I would just scroll on their Instagram profile to see who they've trained with, and they'll usually have some sort of picture that shows you them holding their certification. So that being said, there is a huge learning curve. If you do go to a lash artist who is new, I would say less than 6 months they've been a lash artist, then you can expect to have some things that did not go right in your experience. Whether it's you come out with red eyes, maybe you have some lash extensions that are falling off too soon, maybe they're poking you like here and there in the eye. Just know that you can expect that your lash set is not going to be completely like comfortable. So here are some of the ways that you would know if you didn't get a very good lash job. So it's if your eyes are continuously reddened. Now, some people's eyes are just going to be red no matter what the eyelash extension artist does because of the anatomy of the eye. But for the most part, your eyes shouldn't be red. They shouldn't be sore. It shouldn't be painful or uncomfortable during the procedure. If you see that if your natural lash has shed with the extension and you see 2 of your natural lashes on the one extension, that's a big no-no. If you see a lot of glue, like if you see it clumping along your eyelash extension in the natural lash, that's a big no-no. It should be very minimal amount. Or one other thing is if you're brushing your lashes with a spoolie and you're seeing that the spoolie is getting stuck in certain places, that means that your extensions haven't been properly isolated to one natural lash. Let me know in the comment section down below if you've watched this video so far and you're like, this is so amazing, I definitely want to get eyelash extensions, or if right now you're just not sure and you're still on the fence. But either way, you should do your research. Make sure that you do find a reputable lash artist. Find someone who seems really knowledgeable, whether that's reading their captions on Instagram. And if you feel like something is a little bit off, then definitely don't be shy to ask questions. And if you really need to, you can always go and find another lash artist. But your safest bet is to ask someone for a referral. So if they've gone to a lash artist that they can recommend, that's probably going to be your best bet. Okay, moving on, we're going to talk about how to get the most out of your lash appointment. So some things that you need to know before arriving is that you should not be wearing any eye makeup at all, and that includes mascara, especially mascara, because if you do arrive with it, it is so hard for us lash artists to remove it, and it can affect your retention. Other things are you're not supposed to drink any caffeine prior to your appointment. Don't bring a guest. There's no talking during the procedure. If you are someone who has dry eyes, definitely go ahead and put in some eye drops for lubrication so they're not as dry afterwards. You can also bring your glasses, and if you are a contact lens wearer, bring your case and then you can take them out during the procedure and then put them back on afterwards. The other thing is I would recommend bringing your own earphones or AirPods so you have some relaxing music, or you can even listen to a podcast if you want. And the other thing is try to use the bathroom before you go if you feel like you might have to in the middle of the procedure. And that's just because we leave all the iPads and everything closed, and I even have to lead my clients to the bathroom with their eyes closed. So it's just a hot mess. I would prefer if you go to the bathroom beforehand. Moving on, let's talk about what to expect during the eyelash extension appointment. So basically you're going to be lying down on a lash bed or massage table, and the first thing would be to clean around the eyes. Your eyes are closed the whole entire time except when we put the iPads on. So after we clean, we put the iPads on, and then we maybe would lash map. Some people don't lash map. And then afterwards we would apply the eyelash extensions. During this time, the lash artist might ask you to move or tilt your head from time to time, or they may not. And the whole entire time, it should feel really comfortable, relaxing. There's no poking. There's not a lot of pressure placed on your head by the lash artist. Only thing is you might feel a bit of tugging if we're removing eyelash extensions, or if we get some of the extensions stuck together. And then maybe during the procedure or after the procedure, we might do some fanning, some misting with water, or some lash artists, they like to give a full lash bath. So basically cleaning your eyelash extensions afterwards. This is something that is more recently done in the lash industry. It helps to reduce some sensitivities, and not all lash artists do it, but some do. So this is something that you can expect. After that, the whole thing is complete. We remove all the tapes and everything, and then we do the big reveal and we hand you the mirror, and then you see how beautiful and transformed you look, and life is just 100 times more amazing. Next, let's talk about aftercare instructions. So after you get your eyelash extensions, your lash artist should go through with you the complete list of aftercare instructions. So that would include to clean your lashes daily, you want to brush your lash extensions daily with a spoolie. You don't want to tug, rub, or touch your eyelash extensions at all. Don't curl, perm, tint, or put any mascara on them. And basically you want to sleep on your back. So if you're a side sleeper, you'll have to kind of adjust to this new position. Another thing that you should know is that the more makeup you wear and the more frequently you wear that makeup, the more your retention is going to be poor. So you want to make sure that you have like a more minimal eye makeup thing going on because your lashes will last longer. Now let's talk about what's new for 2021. Before, we used to tell everybody that you can't get your lashes wet after 24 hours because then your lashes are going to fall off. And the other thing we used to say is that you have to avoid oil-based products on your face and around your eyes. So that's something that we're scratching for 2021 because everything is now evolving, including our adhesives. It means that you do not have to wait for that 24-hour rule. You can get your lash extensions wet ASAP. The other thing is with the oil, you don't really need to look for products that are completely oil-free. Oil still will affect the glue, but it's more when the glue is still wet. But by the time we finished our appointment, your glue has already cured. So you don't need to worry about any of that. Let me know if this is something you're really excited about. Maybe I'm geeking over it because I'm a lash artist, but for you, that means there's like less maintenance and less things that you have to worry about when it comes to eyelash extensions. Now let's talk about what to expect after your appointment. So like I said before, you can expect to lose about 1 to 5 of your natural lashes daily. So if you see more than that, like 6, nothing to fret about. But if it's something that's like maybe you got 10 lashes here and then the next day you got 10 lashes, that's something that you should know that is not normal. Now, when your eyelash extensions are falling off, you should see your natural lash attached to it. If you don't see the natural lash attached to it, don't worry, sometimes it's just because of the friction and the eyelash extension popped off, or it could be that the glue is just old now because you've gotten many refills and it's just time for the eyelash extension to fall off the natural lash. So a common rule that you should be aware of is that a lot of lash artists expect you to maintain at least 40% of your lash extensions for your appointment to be considered as a refill. So let's just say you come with 30%, 20% of your lash extensions left. It's too late and they would make you book a full set. Like I said, it's usually about 2 weeks where you can expect to lose about half of your eyelash extensions. But if you're wearing maybe hybrid or volume and you have those volume lashes on that are handmade, then you can expect your retention to last a little bit longer, usually about a week longer. All right, and the last part of this is to know when to call your lash artist. So the 3 main things you want to call your lash artist for is if you're having an allergic reaction, if you're having pink eye, which is called conjunctivitis, or if you're having problems with your lashes. So if you're having an allergic reaction, what that would look like is either one or both of your eyes are swollen, maybe they're itchy, maybe they're red. That means that you're having an allergic reaction, and sometimes the onset is a little bit delayed, so you don't get it right away after the procedure is done. So if you're having a reaction, just call your lash artist and let her know. You can actually keep your extensions on because the glue has already cured. You were most likely allergic to the glue when it was in its wet form. And then you can also take Benadryl just to help with the symptoms. And if this is something that persists for very long, like after a week, if it's not healed or if it gets progressively worse, then you can go ahead and call your doctor. Pink eye, you guys know what pink eye. If you have pink eye, please call your lash artist and let her know. She definitely needs to know this because it is something that is easily contracted. If you get pink eye, you want to wash your eyes frequently and you want to do it very thoroughly. So at least twice a day, and then you can apply some warm compresses to help alleviate the symptoms. So now that you've walked away with your eyelash extensions, how do you know if they're not done properly? So I've already explained some of this in the video, but that would be if 2 or more of your natural lashes are attached to one eyelash extension. When you're brushing with a spoolie and you're noticing that it's getting caught in between your lashes, what this could mean is that your extensions are stuck together, which is a big no-no, or that your natural lashes are stuck to more than one extension, which is another big no-no. And lastly, your eyelash extensions should last to about 2 weeks at least. If you're losing half of your extensions around the 1 week mark, then this means that your eyelash extension artist did not apply the eyelash extensions properly. All right, everybody, so by now you know the complete A to Z guide on eyelash extensions. It's gonna make you feel and look beautiful. If you wanna see more videos just like this, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified of my next video. So I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.